Okay, thank you for coming back to Mr. Haas's practice videos. Today we're going to talk a little bit about divisibility, lesson 4-1, divisibility. In other words, what can something be divided by? All right, well, our first problem number one on our homework, is the number 90. Well, we know from our rules of divisibility sheet that it's an even number. So that means that 90 can be divided by 2. Yeah, that's going to equal 45. We also know that for rule number 3, if we can take the numbers and divide them by 3, then it's divisible by 3. Well, 90 is divisible by 3. So 90 divided by 3 is going to equal 30. So it is divisible by 3 evenly. 90. Rules of 4. Can 90, the last two digits, that's our divisibility rule, can the last two digits, do they divide by 4? Well, not evenly, no, because if we divide by 2, that's 45, and we can't divide 45 by 2 because it's not an even number, and so no, we can't divide by 4. How about 90 divided by 5? Oops, my apologies. 90 divided by 5. Is it divisible by 5? Well, we know the rules of divisibility for the number 5 are that if a number ends in 0 or 5, it is divisible by 5. And so in this case, yes, since it does end in a 0, it is divisible by 5, and that is 18. How about 90 divided by 6? Well, the rules are that if a number is divisible by 2 and by 3, then yes, it is going to be divisible by 6. Well, it just so happens that 90 does come out evenly divided by 6, and that's 15. We don't have a rule for 7. We don't have a rule for 8. We do, however, have a rule for 9. So 90 divided by 9. And again, we're looking at adding all the digits up. And if they equal 9, then we can divide by 9. And usually the 3 helps us a bit in the 6, but you really have to check. So I add the 0 plus the 9, that's 9. It is divisible by 9, and that gives us 10. And finally, sometimes we also want to include the number 10. And is 90 divisible by 10? Well, the rule for that is if the number ends in 0, then yes, it is divisible by 10. And therefore, 90 divided by 10 comes out to 9. So, the numbers that 90 would be divisible by are 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, and 10. Okay? So that's how that works. Let's go for another one and give it a try. This one was kind of an easy one. It had a lot of numbers that we're familiar with. Okay. Let's look at number 2. Number 2, the number 416. 416. Okay, so first off, it is an even number. So it will be divisible by 2. And that means we're going to have 208. All right. How about 416 divided by 3? Well, we add up our digits. 4 plus 1 is 5. Plus 6 is 11. Is 11 divisible by 3 evenly? No, it's not. So 3 doesn't work. 416. Is it divisible by 4? Well, the rule says look at the last two digits. If it's divisible by 4, then the whole number is. Why? Well, look, 100 is always going to be divisible by 4. It's going to give you 25. 25 times 4 is 100. 1,000 can be divided by 4. That's 250. They are all divisible by, all the hundreds are all divisible by 4. So we're looking at our last two digits. Is 14 divisible by 4? Yes, it is. It's 4. So in this case, we would have 104 as our answer. Now let's try 416 divided by 5. Does it end in a 0 or a 5? No, no, no. So it is not divisible by 5. I'm going to write up here that we have 2 and 4 so far. How about 416 divisible by 6? Well, remember I said that it has to be divisible by both 2 and 3. These have to both work. Since 3 doesn't work, the 6 is not going to work. 7, 8, we don't have a rule for. 9, so 416 divided by 9. We add up all the digits again. 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 6 is 11. 11 is not divisible by 9, so we're not going to get that one. And then finally, 416 divided by 10. Is that divisible by 10? Well, the last digit has to be a 0, and I'm afraid it isn't, so that's it. Those are our two numbers for 416, our two numbers that 416 is divisible by. Hope you enjoyed. Oh, wait, gonna go one more. I forgot, my apologies. I'm going to go after the second group of problems so you know how to do those. Okay, so tell whether the number is prime or composite. That's the second part of the assignment here, okay? Well, let's look at the number 33. Is this a prime or is it composite? Well, to figure out if a number is prime or composite, if a number can be divided by itself and 1, then it is prime. If those are the only numbers that you can divide this number by, then it's prime. If you can divide by any other number other than the number itself and the number 1, then it is composite. So 33, it's not even, so 2 doesn't work. If I add these two numbers together, they're 6. They can be divided by 3. In fact, that becomes 11. So this number, 33, is divisible by another number than itself or the number 1, and therefore it is composite. Okay? Let's take a look at another number and figure out. The number, let's go for 69. Number 69. All right, so our prime, again, has to be, can it be divided by 69 times 1? Yeah, that's our set of factors that make that one. Is there anything else we can divide this by? Well, 69 can be divided by 2. Is it even? No, so 2 is no good. How about by 3? All right, add all the numbers up. 6 plus 9 is 15. Is 15 divisible by 3? Yes, it is. It's divisible by 3, and that leaves us, that would give us 5. But this number, if I divide 69 by 3, that's going to give me 23. And that number is a prime. But since we were able to divide this, this is also a composite number. Composite means it can be multiplied by more than one pair of factors. Okay? What's that? Do one more? Okay, we'll do one more. Let's do 41. All right. Our first pair of factors is 41 times 1. Okay. Let's look at 41. Can it be divided by 2? No, cannot be divided by 2. It's not an even number. If I add 4 and 1 together, that's 5. Can it be divided by 3? No, 3 is a no. How about by 4? The last two digits add up to 5. That's not divisible by 4. So no, that's a no-go as well. How about 5? Does it end in a 5 or a 0? No, 5 doesn't work either. 6, well, since 2 and 3 didn't work, 6 is a no-go. 7, sometimes you're going to have to actually try the division. So we're going to try 41 divided by 7. Well, this is going to be, 35, right? 5 times 7 is 35. And I get 6, and I'm going to, it's not a whole number. It doesn't divide out evenly, so 7's a no-go. 8, 41 divided by 8. Well, 5 times 8 is 40, but unfortunately that does leave us with a remainder of 1, so 8's out of it. How about 41 divided by 9? If I add these two together, I get 5. That's not divisible, so 9's a no-go. How about 10? No, it doesn't end in a 0, so 10's a no-go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have found our first prime number in the homework. 41 is indeed a prime number. Okay? Now, sometimes you'll end up having to go a lot further. Sometimes our prime numbers, the problems you'll get will be much larger. But in this case, yes, 41 is a prime number. If you put it into your calculator and divide it by any set of numbers, if you get up to the number 41, well, then you're looking at itself, right? And that's the only number. That's as far as you really have to go. If you get to that point, then you obviously are not going to find another pair of factors. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope it helped.